Last week on the show, we talked a lot about music. And if you recall, I was saying I was going to the Tool show right after, and I wanted to follow up on it with a few thoughts.
Okay.
And, when the big cliffhanger, if you will, was I couldn't properly get across what I meant by Tool. Going to see Tool felt like a religious experience. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, when I went to see them directly after you guys shat on them for like at least 45 minutes, it kind of like killed it for me.
I take exception to that. How did we shit on them for 45 minutes?
Everyone is responsible for their
I'm sorry.
own feelings.
I think it was just me.
It was mostly Sid.
What did I say that was bad about Tool?
You were joining in on the fun. But here's what I will say. But the thing is, though, what I realized, though, is because the last time I saw Tool was at least 5 years ago. It's like I'm older, they're older. The some of it didn't grip me as much as it used to grip me. It's not like it's.
So you didn't get dragged to the tour van.
All right, enough of those jokes. Okay, we get it.
It's a bust, Aaron. Come on, get it right.
Sorry.
Rob's offended with
and
me.
I'm so sorry.
But it was still very good. And what I meant by the religious experience, I can now tell, what.
Wait, did somebody give you shit for that you're bringing it up, or you just thought
me
about it?
Again, probably
you?
just me. Was what you meant by the religious experience was that it's like going to a Catholic church.
Yeah, yes, like getting
with the priest.
Oh no, no!
Bam! Got you again.
Anyway, what it was, it's because they put on such an immersive show. Like there's a giant screen, and the visualizations are trippy, but very, very like high definition and like very well thought out, syncopated with the music. And also what it is the music that grips me. It's so atmospheric, and like parts of it are a little repetitive and drony that you kind of get caught up in the whirlwind of the vibe that they're trying to set, if that makes some sense. And that's kind of what makes it feel takes it to a spiritual level, is the combination of the music and the visuals, and you just get so caught up in it. But this time it was very hard to get caught up in it because Tool had a very strict no photo, no video policy. And when I say very strict, there were signs everywhere. No photos, no videos. You will be ejected. There is. Let me finish. Okay. There, when you walk in, I just want to set the mood, and then you can ask the questions because I might be answering them already.
That's true.
So when you walk in, the ushers have like hand fans essentially with a big sign that in your face, like no photo or video, you will be ejected. So when I see all of, and not only that, when you get to your seat, on every seat, there is a piece of paper taped.
Waste.
I did think about that, like that's a lot of paper to waste. But they really want to get that point across. No photo, video, you will be ejected. Plain language on everything. Sure enough,
You
Tool.
didn't answer my question.
Okay, what's the question?
Forgot.
Why didn't they give you those pouches to put the phones in?
That is a good question. I don't know why they didn't do the pouches. Maybe
Instead of
that
wasting all the paper, you could at least recycle the pouches.
Maybe that costs more money. I don't know. But the tickets were not cheap, so they could afford it. But they did not do the pouches.
Wouldn't it make the experience better without having everybody have their phone out and not take you out of the experience?
Well, I will explain this.
Okay.
And ultimately, yes, it was great in that sense. I did not like knowing that I don't like just knowing I'm not going to take my phone out.
Though you did.
I didn't.
You posted a picture from the show.
I'll explain it. Was an absolutely free, like it was like, oh, I could just be in this moment and enjoy it. But what took me out of the moment, which is now why I think they should have done the pouches, is because security was relentless. Like they were. First of all, they definitely hired more like extra security.
Okay.
And they were like literally in the first song, people start taking out their photo cameras. And again, there was even a announcement on the loudspeaker: "Do not shoot; you will be ejected." Sure enough, people start taking photos, and immediately, no warning, nothing. Hey, you're out of there.
You just said every part of the getting into the venue was a warning.
Yes. No. Ultimately, like at first, I was like, oh, come on. Like, like I was,
No way.
but then I was like, wait a minute. No, they already, like, they're just.
They made it more than clear.
This is, first of all, it's not the fault of the security.
No.
I don't blame, they're literally, like, I know this sounds like defending cops, but they really are, they were just paid to stop people from taking photos. They're just doing their job. It was demanded by the band. If there's anyone to blame, it's the band.
Why?
And
what
ultimately,
blame?
the blame is with the fan, because keep your phone down. Like, how hard is it just not
it's like
to take a
you
photo?
like this band enough to pay the crazy ticket price and come to the show, but you don't like them enough to respect the one thing they ask you not
Right.
to do. Like, fuck
Well,
you.
I think they have to have their Instagram content.
So what took me out of it is just you're trying to immerse yourself, and then you see a storm of security running, and just like it's just
like
human,
the pit, man. You're
it's
in the
just
pit.
It's human nature. You know, you have to be like, oh, what's going on? Oh, this guy's out. Oh, this girl. And it's
Rob, honestly, if you told me that was going to be a feature of the show, I would have bought a ticket.
and look, I have to tell. Like at first, like I said, my initial reaction was like, but then it was just pure
like a video
comedy
game. It's
because.
amazing.
The further into the show, and they didn't stop. It's not like they made a few examples of people in the first 3 songs and then calmed down. No. Up until the very last song, when Maynard said, security, you can stand down. This is our last song. You could take as many photos as you want of this. Okay. Which is just like, there's the compromise. It's like, they understand, you.
Well, maybe
you
if
wanna...
they had posted that on the sign, too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, hey, guys, we'll let you do it for the last song if you promise not to be assholes for the first.
Here's the thing. Here's the
hour
thing
and a
that
half.
kind of hit me when I obviously, like you said, I took out my camera. I took a photo because I did want a memory for myself, of which I don't think there's anything wrong with. But
Do you not have just memories in your head from just living the experience? That's not enough?
He's planning on getting Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
yeah, plus I like it. I
planning
like
on it.
having the photos because then in my Time Hop, the wonderful Time Hop app, it tells you 1 year ago you were at a Tool concert. So it's like I like getting those kind of
Wait,
documents.
that's a separate app?
Wait, can't you just go out and take a picture of yourself in front of the bodega and just label it, I went to Tool later after this?
Sure.
And then it'll still come up.
Yes,
in Time
that's.
Hop?
I would do that. I would do that just as well. That's fine.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I
You
just
need a
want
whole
reminder.
separate app to do this for you?
I need a reminder that was there. I need. What do you mean? I need it. Like I didn't build it. It's a quick download. Relax.
But if you're so curious, can't you just open up your calendar app that you already have and just scroll back a year and see what it says on the calendar?
Too much work.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
What a world we live in, man.
Yeah, you're right.
like
This is what
Rob's
you're.
Time
This is the
Hop.
soapbox.
Yes,
that you're
for
hopping on.
this 3-minute
Jeez.
block. I'll have
Anyway.
another one soon.
But here's the thing. So the song that they played, the last song, is like Stinkfist, which is about addiction. And I'm
Deep.
I'm using my phone, and it's like the lyrics are like about how you just need it to breathe, to feel, to know you're alive. And I'm like, wait a minute. Is he mocking me right now?
Yes.
And I had to put my phone away, and it was just was this all just like a giant social experiment?
Did you ask him when you interviewed him after the show?
I did not interview him after the
Oh,
show.
man.
Lamb Goat got him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't.
A really
No, what
great
did it say?
interview.
What did he
It's a
comment
really,
on?
really thorough, very good grammar.
I really want to interview Adam Jones for a Squared Circle Pit. I've been trying to
baseball
make
player?
that happen. The guitarist of Tool.
Oh.
Well, okay, so
He's also on the Orioles.
So
Diamondbacks
Oh,
this last
Diamondbacks,
year.
that's right. Yeah.
the
The guitarist is on the Orioles.
Okay.
the big positive about security being so focused on the photo thing, I was smoking so much pot and nobody said anything. Like the guys were pushing me to the side to grab a photo of the person with the photos because that was their instructions. And here's the thing about Barclays. Someone tweeted me about this is because I almost had a heart attack.
I remember. Yeah.
Getting into the venue. So when I got there was dogs. I've never seen
Got
dogs.
dudes with machine guns standing outside that fucking place.
But
Yeah,
dudes
they're
with machine
They're
guns-
not looking for weed. They're looking for bombs.
Dudes with machine guns, that's fine. That's looking for bombs. There was a dog,
dogs.
and the dog sniffed at a person 3 people ahead of me, and they had to they were like, "Excuse me, sir, can you step out of the line and come with me?" And I was like, "Holy, what the fuck? This is absurd."
The dog just sniffs out selfie sticks.
So now,
Or maybe that guy farted and the dog thought it was
maybe
a little
that
treat.
maybe, but that guy saved me because
Yeah.
then now I was
The
able
dog
to
was
speak it.
preoccupied.
Yeah. So if you recall last week, my dilemma was about getting my lighter in because, as I mentioned, the metal detector isn't going to detect the weed. The metal detector isn't going to detect my glass pipe. It's the only thing that has any semblance of metal. The tiniest bit of metal is the lighter.
In the whole show, that was the only metal.
So I had like one of those tiny Bic lighters that I put in my wallet. And Noah, you mentioned your suggestion was, oh, you should have a second lighter as a decoy lighter. Yes, you mentioned this on the air.
No, I said put it in your makeup case. I can give you a makeup case.
No. You did mention the makeup case,
I
but you
said
also
that? That's
suggested.
a great idea. I definitely didn't say that.
You
it wasn't
absolutely
Wasn't me.
I would like our loyal livecast listeners in the chat to please point out that Noah did in fact say this last week because I
Accept the
vividly
credit,
remember
Noah.
it.
Except
So
the credit.
anyway, but no, it was a bad idea.
Oh no! God damn it, you Noah!
So yeah, accept the credit,
I
Noah.
didn't say. I said makeup.
No, so I did. It turns out I did have another lighter in my jacket that I didn't know about, and I was like, oh, the decoy lighter. I'm going to try this out. Now I'm online. I'm like 2 people away, and like this person. So there's a person sitting in front of the metal detector with like the scoopers that you, not the like
tray.
the trays. Thank you. I can't even fucking think of the word. With the trays for your wallet, your keys, anything, like clear out your pockets, And she, the one on my line was like vigilant. She was feeling things. She was like going through purses, whatever. And then like some people she would just let through. Then the woman in front of me had lighters in her hand. She was like, I can't bring these in. No, I'm sorry. And then I noticed that because she already said to her that she has lighters, she was so thorough with her purse going through it to make sure there's no weed. She looked in her cigarette box, which they didn't used to do to spot the joints. And I had the lighter in my hand, and I saw this, and I immediately like threw it in the trash,
Yeah.
And it was at this point that I felt my heart pounding, and I was like, Rob, chill out. Like I had to talk myself off of this anxiety attack that I'm building up just from like the drug sniffing dog. Will I get my and then I'm like, this isn't that important, Rob, relax.
Well, you were safe because I wasn't with you.
Burn.
So sure enough, I get to the woman, I put my stuff in the tray, and I'm so like in my head, like gotta get through this. And then she goes like, did you take everything out of your pockets? And then I go, wait, what? Like she ruined my flow. And I'm like, why? Like I didn't hear her. And then I did hear her. And like in my head, I'm like, she knows. I was like, oh no, I'm good. And then I got through, and that's when I checked my blood pressure, and it raised my heart rate. I'm sorry. I checked my heart rate, and it raised from 85 to 125.
Jesus Christ, dude.
But then I was like fine because I was smoking pot. I was like the only guy in my section with pot.
Wait, so how did you sneak your weed in?
I just had I had a joint rolled, and I had that like I had that in my sock, and then I just had a glass pipe, and just
in your butt.
I was gonna say you didn't go to the tuchus yet.
No, I put it in my back jeans pockets because they don't pat you down, they just wand you.
You put it in his third butthole.
And where was your lighter?
My lighter was in my wallet.
Jacket? Oh, in your
No, it was in the wallet because that would get the metal detector going.
So
and I don't want
you
that.
tweeted about the fact that you were able to smoke weed at the show
Yes.
while you were still
Very
at the
proud.
show.
Yes.
And I replied tagging Barclays Center
Right.
in the tweet. Then nobody came to find you?
It's not like I listed
God
my
damn it.
ticket or took a photo to.
We need to get geotagging on tweets.
Yeah, I made sure that
You
was on.
told on him. You're so mean.
It seems like
It would have been so good if he got her like kicked out because of my tweet.
But it was great. It was great.
psyched.
There was a gong solo. I have never seen this before. And
Isn't that the next Star Wars movie?
gong solo?
that
Yeah,
was the one that bombed.
yeah. The rise of. No, it was just solo. But so it was.
The Rise of Solo. Yes, that was
Danny
a good
Carey. Danny Carey. So he brought out a giant gong. This is like the first part of the encore. So he's still giving the rest of the band a little time to breathe. And he first played the gong with just regular drumsticks. And it's so wild how much sound a gong can produce, like high end and low end, to the point that you think there's multiple instruments playing, but it's just the one thing. Sid, I think you would have really loved it.
Really?
No.
Thank you.
It seems
But I
like
loved
kind of overkill, all this security at it, like a Tool show. Like, who's gonna bomb a Tool show? What do you like? Really hate gas station attendants or something?